The United Church of Canada and Kitchissippi United Church specifically acknowledge that this church and gardens reside on unceded Algonquin and Anishinaabe territory. We seek to face the reality of our past transgressions and seek to live out reconciliation by standing with Indigenous peoples in their struggles for self-determination.
And welcome to Meet the Monarch. This is a day of celebrating. The Master Gardeners of Ottawa Carleton and Kitchissippi United Church have been involved with planning this event for, oh my goodness, almost 8 months now. We're celebrating native plants, Indigenous plants that grow in this beautiful country of ours. We're celebrating sustainable gardening, how to do things in an ecologically friendly way. And we're celebrating insects, all kinds of insects that come to our plants, that produce food for butterflies and for birds. And we're doing it all with a fun theme. We're inviting families to come today. We're going to have lots of kids, people of all ages, to be in a bug parade, to join in children's storytelling. We even have bug-themed baking and native plants for sale. So, and most important, we have our Indigenous people today, people from the Algonquin community who are coming to drum and to remind us that this beautiful land is something that we must love and nurture for future generations to come. So welcome everyone to Meet the Monarch.
So welcome to the Alcove Garden. This garden was started by the Kitchissippi United Church and Ecology Ottawa as a depaving project and put together as a pollinator garden back in 2014. And a couple of years ago, it was proposed that the Master Gardeners of Ottawa Carleton take over as the maintenance. So we're still maintaining it as a pollinator garden, but we're putting the focus on native and wildlife friendly practices and plants, because a lot of native species of insects use specific types of plants. So the bed behind me is the sun bed. Blooming at the back, you can see Heliopsis, or false sunflower. This is something that is a native prairie plant, and it is native to Ontario. People don't always maybe like to grow them because if you look at them very closely, I don't know if we'll be able to see that on the video, they tend to have a lot of aphids on the stems, and ick aphids, but aphids are important for ladybugs and for other predatory beneficial insects, and it's a good way to get them to stick around. Along the back of the garden, so this back bed, this has slightly more mixed conditions in terms of what the plant's like. We've added a service berry this year, the tree right here, and this is a great tree which is native but is also very popular in various plantings because it gets good fall color, it's got berries that the birds love, and it takes, pretty good variety of conditions. There is a stinging nettle in one corner, which you might not like there, but it supports red admiral butterfly caterpillars, so we're going to keep that for now.
Why is it good to plant the native plants and things like that instead of I got peonies and petunias and marigolds and those things in my garden? Why is it better, or why is it a good idea to plant local plants?
to support all of the diversity of native pollinators, and there's so many of them, we need a diversity of plants.
Could you tell me a little bit about what these different plants attract?
We only know about half of what the native pollinators actually feed on. There's some really well-known partnerships like the milkweeds and the monarchs, but there's actually lots of other species that do rely on milkweeds to complete their life cycle, which are not necessarily as charismatic as the monarch butterfly, but there's some awesome sort of big orange milkweed leaf beetles, which are huge beetles that are they look like a giant ladybug. But there's actually a whole bunch of different types of native bees that can only raise their young effectively on aster pollen. So there's a lot of close relationships, and we're really just learning about a lot of those.
If people are wanting to get more information from you other than here today where you're at, where else can people find you?
You can find me at A Cultivated Art. So I have a website, acultivatedart.com, and also I post a lot of things on Facebook.
Master Gardeners hold advice clinics whenever we're able to at some of the local farmers markets. People come and ask their questions and maybe bring a damaged leaf to show insect or disease damage in the hope of identifying it. We're happy to answer or try and answer whatever questions you have, and if we can't at the moment, then we can certainly get back to you later, or you can go find information on our website or contact our email helpline.
I have the story of the first butterfly. The Great Spirit taught, by and by I will make men, but first I will make a home for them. It shall be very bright and beautiful. There shall be mountains and prairies and forests, and about it all be the blue waters of the sea. My children will love the prairies, the forests, and the seas, he taught. But the mountains look dark and cold. They are very dear to me, but how shall I make my children go to them and so learn to love them? Dear South Wind, said the Great Spirit, here are some beautiful things for you to bear away with you to your summer home. You will love them, and all the little children will love them. At these words of the Great Spirit, all the stones before him stirred with life and lifted themselves on many-colored wings. They fluttered away in the sunshine, and the south wind sang to them as they went. So it was that the first butterflies came from a beautiful thought of the Great Spirit, and in their wings were all the colors of the shining stone that he did not wish to hide away.
Our next story is going to be read by fellow Master Gardener Nancy McDonald, and it's called The Bug Girl, A Real Story. Thank you, Leslie. How many of you like bugs? Have you ever had a pet bug? What do you have that you're raising?
I'm raising butterflies and praying mantis.
Wow, you're very busy.
What different kinds of flowers are new by your house?
Actually, my mom's a very good gardener, and I think the prettiest one we have right now are peonies. So they're big, big pink flowers, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
I wonder how old you were when you started to like bugs. So this is a true story, and I know a lot of you watch YouTube. You can even YouTube The Bug Girl, and you'll see a little bit about this. Mom did not like seeing me so unhappy, not one bit. She knew I needed to find other people who love bugs as much as I did. And her favorite bug, can you guess what it might be? It was in the story.
Butterfly?
What do you think? You are absolutely right. A grasshopper is her favorite. Do you have a favorite bug? A butterfly. ladybug. Wow. Yeah, and you can like butterflies and ladybugs, let me tell you. Yes. Oh, praying mantis. She set up that in here too. Wow. Well, it sounds like you're very well acquainted already, and that you would have been just wonderful friends with Sophie if she happened to be in your grade in school, right? Well, thank you so much, Ben, for coming and answering questions. And it's nice to meet someone who likes to study what's happening in the world around us, right? Right in our backyard. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for your questions and attention.
I'm a lepidopterist. Do you know what a lepidopterist does? What? I forget. That's a hard name even to say. A lepidopterist studies butterflies. And I'm particularly interested in the monarch butterfly. Now, the monarch butterfly needs your help. Every one of you. You can help the monarch butterfly. Oh, Monica, what's wrong?
Oh, I'm looking everywhere. You know I can only eat milkweed.
I know.
Caterpillar, I can't find any. They've taken it all away. Actually, they were cutting it down in the field and they were spraying it, and there's nothing for me to eat. I'm gonna die.
Oh, no, Monica, you're not going to die. We here have 3 different kinds of nice milkweed that you can eat.
Oh, so tasty. Oh, wonderful. Oh, can't eat enough.
Oh, wow, I'm glad you enjoy this milkweed. It's not for everyone.
Oh, it is a little bitter, but I love it.
I know. Oh, I think something's happening to you, Monica. I think you're changing.
I'm changing. My tail is going up.
Oh my, yes, you're becoming a butterfly. I know what's happening. I can see it happening. Oh, you look so beautiful, Monica. You've been in that stage for about 10 days. Oh my. You don't look like a butterfly to me, Monica. You're not a butterfly yet. Now, I'm going to give you some things so that you will become a butterfly. Here, let me put this on. This is your nice, warm thorax, and you need to... I don't really appreciate that. If you're traveling to Mexico, going into the mountains, it's doing the fall. That's just perfect for you. Oh, what's happening, Monica? Oh, I can give you something for breathing. Oh, here we are. I have some spiracles for you. Just perfect for you so you can breathe. These actually are feet. Oh, 2 legs. Oh, Monica, please. Get back here. You don't have enough for you to taste. 4. And here's more to taste. Better be saying the story. There you go. Look at that. Yes, this is shorter. Look at those beautiful compound eyes. And this is the one we'll use to smell. This is summer fox. And there's a meadow root. This is kind of loose stripe. It's not basically like purple, it's yellow. Here's some malaria, or light flower. Here's a different one that not many people have in the garden. It's called woman's root.
And do you know what we call a group of butterflies? Do you know what a group of butterflies is called? A kaleidoscope.
Oh my. Here's lanium. And here's some cat. It smells like this. Love this too. It's nice. Yeah, right. Here's a nice one, green one. See well. These are all colors that monarch butterflies love. But how do we get food from them? It's a bit like a drinking straw. And woo! Hey, look there. That's called Alcove. That's what we call that long tongue. It's like drinking straw. And if you watch a monarch on a plant for a while, you'll see it do. It looks black and it's all curled up, just like he said it is. And then it unrolls it, drinks the nectar, and rolls it all the way back up. Look what I have for you, Monica.
Oh, thank you.
Notice the monarch has nice orange wings. Orange means stay away, and that's why the monarch is protected. But I have something else for you, Monica.
Oh, there. Babies, look at them.
Look at your babies.
Gorgeous.
Lovely babies.
There's 400 eggs in here. Oh, thank you.
Because you're going to need to save them so that your babies can come back up to Canada here in the spring.
So thank you, boys and girls, for all your help, and thank you, and we'll see you, I hope, sometime in the summer.
Bye-bye, Monica. Have fun in everybody's gardens. Bye.
So you've got your hands doing that's a good thing to have.
Come back here and get the Monarch Teachers of Ottawa signed.
This is my sunshine fairy garden.
Do you want to
the sunshine flower. This one here, that'll do really well in full sun. But you need 4 elements. Remember what they are? You need air, and I use the pinwheels for air. And you need water, right? That we had before. So I have water in here, and I have stones in here as well. so that the bees can drink the water without worrying about drowning. And then I need fire. And for fire, I put this little light in here. See the butterfly? Let's call him a disco monarch. It's kind of cool, eh?
Disco monarch, I like that.
Yeah, you don't want it soaking. And what color of elastic would you like around it? Pink. There you go.
I already got a pink.
Oh, wow. Oh, you got one. Okay, and I'm going to put that around there.
Mom, I did my. Now I'm gonna have a flower.
Some of the children have created hearts, and you can as well if you're driving along Island Park Drive. We're at 630 Island Park Drive, and you can look in this box for a heart and an orange marker, and you can put it into the heart garden. As you can see here, there are already a lot. Over there.
Here, you dump me in. We'll pass it in the heart garden. Okay. Thank you.
And that gives them how they
Odin, look.
can watch the video.
Odin.
Yes, thank you.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Are these the same kids that we did before?
Can I take one more?
Yes.
I love
We've got some cranes for Ukraine. You could decorate those too. Those are to remember the people in Ukraine who are having a hard time right now.
I like that.
We can go put those, your Dundies, we can put those in the garden after.
Do you want to go and plant it now in the heart garden?
And we're thankful that we can show this in real form, this heart garden, for the Indigenous children who have been lost to the Indigenous residential school system. So we're thankful that this heart garden exists, and we hope that you can come and spend some time, say a prayer, and be here for our Indigenous friends and neighbors.
Oh, beautiful Gaia, oh, Gaia calling us home. Oh, beautiful Gaia calling us home. Seed waiting to spring forth. Oh, Gaia calling us home. Seed waiting to spring forth. Calling us
We here at Kitchissippi United Church are grateful for our partnership with the Master Gardeners of Ottawa Carleton to maintain our native Alcove Garden. Through educational days like Meet the Monarch, people are learning about the special relationship that Indigenous plants, pollinators, and people share with the land and how to establish sustainable practices. We thank those who have purchased native plants to add to their home gardens. We thank the children who have decorated hearts today for our other garden, the Heart Garden, which is planted to remember Indigenous children who never came home from residential schools. If you live in or are visiting in Ottawa, Kitchissippi welcomes you to come see our gardens for yourself. We are located at 630 Island Park Drive.